Good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, June 22nd, looking at the overall economical calendar so we could stay prepared. 8:30, we have jobless numbers. But the most important issue that's going to happen today is going to be Fed Powell testifies for the Senate at 10 a.m. So make sure you guys are aware that you guys are probably not in any trades because anything he says can affect the overall trade, the trades that you're in. Other than that, we have two more Fed speakers, one at 4:30 as well. Tomorrow we have some Fed speakers and PMI data and another Fed speaker at 1:40. So a lot of Fed action this week. Make sure you guys are prepared. Make sure you guys check out Market Watch and look up the economical calendar. Jumping straight to the watch list, we're going to talk about Meta. Meta is basically pushed up and hit 287 as a resistance point and is struggling to basically go higher from there. So now you can see it's going sideways. So Meta is in decision mode. It's either going to pop up or it's going to drop. Right now, the MACD is crossed in a bearish position. RSI is neutral. So we want to see if it breaks above 281, then we can start going up towards 287. To the downside, we found some type of support. You can see we wicked over here and pushed up. So that means that this area, this stock is trapped between 287 and 275. So watch for a break of 275. Then we could start getting down towards 270 and maybe lower. 270 is acting as a support previously in the past. Remember, this is the date. This is the time. For those of you who are new, make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Jumping over towards the next one, we're talking about NVIDIA. NVIDIA has basically hit a resistance at 439, and we basically struggled to get above there, right? We came back down, we bounced off 418. So now NVIDIA is trapped between 439 and 418. Watch for a break above 430, then we can start going up towards 439, 430. Why are we waiting for that zone? That's going to be the break of the trade line. Whenever we're above it, we're bullish. Below it, we're bearish, right? Right now, we're below it. So we have a bearish outlook on the stock. Not only that, the MACD is crossed down. RSI is in a neutral position, meaning it has room to the downside, has room to the upside, right? So it's neither oversold or overbought. So that means it's neutral. And again, we're on the 180-day 4-hour, meaning each one of these candles means 4 hour of information. Let's see if we break that 420 zone over here. 420 was a bounce zone. You can see we went red, we dropped, the stock was dropping, and we bounced, right? Stock was dropping. Red candles means the stock is dropping. Green candles means the stock is going up. Stock was dropping and it bounced, right? So what stopped it from going any lower was this 418 price point. So we need to break 418 to the downside before we could start getting up towards the next previous level of support, which was 406. So watch for this 430 level to 439 and watch for 418 down towards this 404 level for NVIDIA. Next one we're going to talk about is Shopify. Shopify is still going sideways, right? With Shopify strapped between 166 and 163. We did have a slight pullback yesterday where we broke the 1 year. That 1 year trade line is going to be a major trend change. So we broke that 1 year to the downside. 1 year looks like he wants to cross down. So watch out Shopify. Shopify may be having some steep downward trend. So definitely want to keep an eye on Shopify, especially if you're bearish and if you want to short this stock. You probably could possibly short this stock at the break of 61, and we could start going up towards 59 and maybe lower. But make sure you guys are aware of where your possible support and resistance levels are, especially if you're shorting it, because we do have the SMA over here. The SMA can act as a possible support when it's above it, and it could act as resistance, right? A rejection zone when it's below it. So right now it's been holding above that SMA zone multiple times. We even had a major bounce off of it at 46 and shot up towards 65. So definitely want to watch to see how we act over here to see if we basically butter below that $60 level, then we could start going a lot lower to 57 and lower, or can we go to 63 and start going to 67 and possibly higher? So that's it for Shopify. Next one we're going to talk about, which is probably the main topic a lot of people are talking about, is Tesla. Tesla basically had a massive run up. If we zoom out, again, this is the 180-day chart. You can see Tesla went from low 100 levels to 279, almost hit 280. RSI was extremely overbought, not only on the 4-hour, overbought. I put it on Instagram yesterday. Overbought means the stock is more in favor for a downtrend, right? The RSI indicator helps us understand the overall strength of the stock, right? So overbought means the stock is showing signs of weakness. All right. So just because the stock is overbought doesn't mean it has to basically automatically come down, but you can see it turn red on the 1 year, and now it's starting to come out of that red zone, which means the stock is overall pulling back. Tesla's sitting at 251 right now. If we jump back over towards the 180-day 251, that is basically where the stock is trading right now. We close at 259, so Tesla's basically down $8 pre-market. So watch to see how Tesla performs today, especially as we start to cross down on the MACD. The 180-day still has room to the downside, so we could still see some possible downside on Tesla today, especially after a massive run-up, right? Typically, if a stock runs up too quick and it hits the resistance like this, it could pull back. So definitely want to be cautious to see what's happening. Watch for the break of 260. Then you could start getting in long towards 279. Long means that you get falls or upward trend towards basically that 279, or to the downside, watch for the break of 243, and then you could short it down towards 233 and possibly lower. Right. So definitely want to watch to see how the stock is going to react. Make sure you guys set your alerts. Right now, we're sitting at that 251 zone, but you definitely want to watch to see if we're going to stay below the trade line, which is going to be bearish, or if we break above that 260 level, then we can start possibly going up higher. Last but not least, going to talk about SPY. SPY was very overbought, right? Whenever you guys see a stock struggle to break a level multiple times, right? A level or a price point multiple times, that is either a sign of support or resistance. If it pushes up and rejects it, that is resistance. If it drops and bounce, that is a support, right? Just a good way to think about support and resistance. So if we look at the 1 year was extremely overbought. MACD is basically trying to cross down. SPY closed at 434 yesterday. It's at 433. So definitely want to watch to see how it performs today. That 1 year is sitting around that 434 zone. So it's right below the 1 year. So let's see. Looks like the market is trying to flip towards a bearish stance. If you guys watched my previous videos, I kind of mentioned that a lot of stocks are overbought. Now we're getting that possible pullback, right? So watch for the break of 432. Then we can start going to 430, maybe even going down towards these 423 levels, right? Maybe it'll test that SMA. Typically, the SMA does act as support when the stock is above it, acts as resistance when it's below it, right? So we may come down to test this SMA level. What do you guys think? 432 down towards 429, or watch for the break of 435 to 438. That's going to be it. Hopefully you guys learned something. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Comment on this video if you guys are looking at a certain stock. And if you guys have any questions, message me on Instagram at Wall Street Assassins. Peace.